It's Trash Talking Radio. It's Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week. And I'll tell you what, it's been a heck of a week already. Without even thinking twice about it, I'm trying to reset some of the noise gates and some of the things going on here so that we can stop sounding weird. Well, that's not even enabled. I wonder what the deal is. Reset, reset, reset. So I don't know if we sound better this week or not, but I'm going to try to make it better so that people don't feel that we're well, I was going to say annoying, but
you're the annoying one.
That's I mean, you know, I didn't want to tell you this, Trish, but people really have complaining about you being annoying, and
oh, well,
so I have
sorry.
to. I'll keep you on the payroll anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford to lose zeros.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. After all, I can tell you what it's like to lose a zero, because I'm losing one coming up. Anyway, let's see. That's okay. So that one is good. I think that needs a little bit more. And I'll hit these other things here and just try to send this stuff back to normal, because people said that we sounded strange. And, you know, I mean, I'm expecting to sound strange. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to sound any worse than I expect me to. So, all right. We get a lot of stuff, and you aren't going to be here the whole time, so we can't do a lot of stuff that I want to do, because things that I set myself up to do require you to be here for, like, the game show that I wanted to do. But
well, if we do it at the beginning?
Well, the problem is that I probably won't do it at the beginning.
Okay.
I could save it for another time. It's no big deal.
Yeah, it's just... It was a rough night last night.
I understand that. All right, we'll do this, making sure.
That's exactly how I look, or how I feel right now.
If you send me the link to that, we can show people how you look. And, oh man, this is wrong too. Oh, they keep messing me up here. I had to reset my passwords and having all kinds of issues with that. Okay, we'll do that. Hit this. Hope it works. Okay, it did work good. Saves my password. Hopefully, the new password. Remember password. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. And then
I think it worked.
Remember there. And so I'm just checking to see that we're there, or making sure that we're where we're supposed to be, because
well, it's working here.
yeah, that's good. Let me see what we look like. Hey, that looks better than last year. Or last what happened?
I don't know. I didn't. Oh, it's on your side this time.
So now, yeah, that's not good. That's probably a little technical issue. Oh, I guess I got to stand up and do this, because I don't want to be down the whole time. It reveals behind the curtain. So you're going to see me revealing behind the curtain for a short period of time while my headphones are trying to choke me. Oh. All you got to do is just remain calm. Oh, you pig.
Yeah, there, the transition worked. Okay, so now we're back to the other screen. We're good.
That's good. What other screen?
Oh, well, we're back to this one again.
Well, give me a chance to fix it.
I didn't touch it.
What do you mean you didn't touch it?
It had the black with the lightning bolts on it.
Yeah.
And then it went back to showing you.
Oh, well, I didn't change it.
I didn't either. So
Okay.
let's see if I can go back now.
Okay, now I gotta figure out why my curtain is messed up. Oh man, stop. Comcast is really doing this to me.
Comcast sucks. Comcast sucks.
Oh, there's the rest of it. That's why. The second half of my wall wasn't pinned. I need my bigger clips, which are not out here yet. Oh, come on. I don't ask much, do I?
No.
Except that I know what I'll do. I'll do it on this side. That'll be there. Hopefully that'll work. Oh, good. My window's back up. All right. I thought we had the window open.
Okay. Whew, there we go.
Yeah. All right. What was I talking about? Who knows?
You being annoying.
Okay. I'm looking at all the streams, and all the streams are streaming well. Look, all 4 of them are red.
Nice.
All 5 of them are working.
I thought red was a bad thing, though.
Not in the recording world.
Okay.
What was I doing? What was I talking about?
Oh, this video.
Oh, yeah. I got to find that video. Okay. So I gotta go to, oops, wrong mouse. Okay, let's put this mouse here and out of my way. Okay, wow. What were you saying? Oh, you felt, oh man.
That's exactly how I feel right
Damn
now.
it. Let me see if this works.
Probably won't.
This is frustrating.
Well, you should know that this always happens on a Tuesday.
No, it happens when I forget that they changed my password and then I don't change it. So, it's that thing. All right, now everything seems to be working. And, oh, this is kind of cool because we got a cameraman in the studio, and the cameraman's pretty good. He can do all kinds of things that, that we were trying to get. We hired this guy that, like, if you wanted to talk to just me, all right, now it's not going to work. Oh, here we go. There we are. Or if you want to talk to Ms. Wilson over there, or if you just wanted to look at the screen, and if you wanted to, talk
you mean Sparky's actually doing something?
We got no, that's that's yeah. It's pretty. I like the camera stuff. I think it's really cool. And apparently, there's more camera angles than I know about so far. But I like this. So somehow we're gonna integrate that into the system so that we can make it all work the way we expect it to. So as we were saying, or as you were saying, as this is what. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Come on. You gotta open up now. Come on. Waiting for the... Oh, maybe I gotta hit the bottom instead of the top. Okay. Hopefully this works this time. All right. Put this here. So, this is who this is. This would have been Shannon.
Yeah.
Because that was... Wait a minute, that says...
when she went back to work.
Yeah, because I asked her how things went, and if she had a good time. She said she did.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So this is Trish's, how she feels today, I guess.
Yeah.
So, it's streaming really slow. I don't like the idea of that. That scares me. Because if we have the bandwidth, we shouldn't have the streaming problems. I should have put that at the beginning of the show. That would have been funny.
Hi, Captain Dave.
Captain Dave. Oh yeah, I forgot to sign in up on top. Doggone it. I can't seem to get it all together. I need another assistant, one for my left side and one for my right side, and then I'd be all set.
The only problem is you are not a rose between two thorns.
No, I'm a thorn
in between two roses, maybe.
Maybe. So anyway, all right. There we go. So that's Trish's little video cameo. Oh, what's this? Running down? Oh boy, I'd be afraid of that too.
Hey, that's not the Easter Bunny.
There's a dog. Hey, dogs. Anyway, all right, let's get this show on the road. I got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Tommy Cairo.
Yes, I saw him coming in, and there's Tommy. Hey, how you doing, Tommy? Hey, I can leave that in the background. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like they're looking in our window. So.
Are they peeping toms?
Peeping dogs. Peeping dogs. I kind of like that. Anyway, so let's get things started. Boy, oh boy, we had a heck of a movie weekend this weekend.
Oh yeah.
I see we both don't know what we're talking about.
Spoiler alert!
This is really, I mean, I like to think that I am pretty close on the movies most of the time. But, boy, we were way off on this one.
And you told me that you thought, it was like, oh, that's not right.
No, I didn't. Not this time. This time I said I don't know where to. I don't even know where to go with this movie, and I didn't tell you to go light on that because this week I was sure that it was going to go high. I thought it was going to go not quite as high as it did, but it ended up going higher than I thought. And so here's the stats. Let's see, where are we? Hold on, I got to get the right week. So we. Let me get the week up here first. Okay, where's that? There it is. Okay. So, you can switch. Oh, you did already. All right. So, we had a heck of a weekend for the opening of The Avengers. The Avengers I knew was going to be great. I knew without a doubt that it was going to turn out to be a really good movie. It was a really good movie.
And we were even treated like royalty too, which is the first in a long time. I mean,
Yeah.
what, first ever, really?
Yeah, yeah. But it turned out that I was really off on the number, as were you.
Hey, I got that from you, so that's
No,
all your fault.
usually you're high on your numbers. This time you were low on your numbers, thankfully. So that
Well,
gives,
you always tell me, oh, I don't think it's going to be that high.
yeah, but this time I
And
said
then you,
I didn't know.
Then you make fun of me when I do go that high.
Well, you did 125 million is what you said it was going to do. I said it was going to do 150, and then later on the weekend I thought it's probably going to do 180, and turned out that it did. Well, I have 350. That was from Sunday, but you had an update which is 357. 357 million dollars for one weekend. That's a heck of a
I would
deal.
say that's about right, considering the parking lots that we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see that movie, and I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, I wasn't disappointed. I thought it was a great movie, so I give a thumbs up for anybody that wants to definitely check out a pretty cool movie. So, anyway, we both got a point because it was the first.
Thumbs up.
But I got 2 points because I was close to the point.
Yeah, you cheat.
This time, I can't say that would even be close to cheating. The movies of the week. So I said it was going to be Avengers Endgame, followed by Curse of La Llorona, followed by Shazam. You said it was going to be Avengers, followed by Shazam, followed by Captain Marvel. It was Avengers, followed by Captain Marvel, followed by The Curse of La Llorona. So I don't even know how to call this because we both got a point there.
We'll call it even.
I said number 2. Yeah, we both.
Yeah. We'll split that one.
I consider myself a win because I got the extra one on the number of this one. So as far as I'm concerned, I won.
Yeah, okay.
So
I forgot. Yeah, that's yeah.
My rules, my game, my show. All right. So there's 4 of them this week.
Oh,
really,
you have to do this.
Actually, only 3 of them are contenders. I think one of them is just kind of like a small movie.
Okay.
So I don't think it's really 4.
You know I hate it when
I understand, but I think there's 3 plus 1. So the plus 1 is not really going to be a contender, I don't think. So the first movie I'm going to talk about is the one that isn't a contender, I think. And it's called El Chicano. And I don't even know what this one's about, but it looks like it could be possibly a good movie. But it's going to be an independent film. It's not going to really be up there with the other films like normal. So here we go. The first, the trailer for El Chicano, or is it El Chicano? I don't know.
Chicago.
So hopefully we will. Hold on. Why don't I have sound? I don't have sound. That's not good. Doggone it. I know why.
Take the mute off.
Hold on. Let's see here. There's the mute. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we'll start this over. El Chicano is coming up at a theater near me. Here we go. What's that? Oh, it's the rain. Why am I here? This didn't start yet, did it? Oh, wait, what's this? Okay, I'm confused. Where's that sound coming from? Something's playing somewhere. I hear it. Where's it playing? Oh, I know where it is. I probably never turned off your video. No, it's not there. All right, where's the sound coming from?
No. The dog.
Where's the dogs at? Oh, here it is. Okay, well, I wonder how long that's been going on. I didn't hear any of that stuff. Oh, it wasn't going on until I hit the... Okay, now I know why. All right, let's try this again. This time with feeling. This is El Chicano.
In the barrio, bad things happen when the sky turns black.
I have no idea what this movie's about.
In the barrio, bad things happen when the sky turns black.
Black, black.
When we were kids, we were told about the legend.
Anytime you got hot in the hood, you'd hear those chopper pipes. Gangsters found God out of fear of the devil.
Who was he?
Eddie Chicano.
Cartel killed a bunch of police officers. They're coming to plant a flag in LA and reset the game.
I've never seen anything like this. It's a war zone.
I knew this was coming.
I did recognize the one guy, and the one guy has played this same basic part in every movie you've ever seen him in.
And what was coming?
Revolution.
Bingo.
I was being straight with you.
That's going to leave a mark.
I have to tell you, I'm not sure what to do next.
I tried doing what's good. Now I have to do what's right.
Now, here's the thing. This is a superhero movie. I know. I've never heard of it, but this is their version of a superhero movie.
I have to become this.
No, seriously. I'm serious about this.
It's the only way to protect my city.
That look in your eye.
What do you see?
Rage.
Now, notice he's put on the grease on the face, and that's his gimmick.
No lion.
I run these streets.
This is all I wanted.
Now, I know who George Lopez is, so that's the first name I recognized.
Okay.
Now, there's another guy in here I recognize as a bad guy. He was in Zombie Nation, or Z Nation.
They're coming 24 hours in the Danvers.
Oh, that's George Lopez. Okay, then George Lopez is the guy I thought was the other guy. Okay, it's not.
I am neither right nor good. I will make up the difference in blood.
I actually think it looks pretty good.
El Chicano, the ghetto Grim Reaper.
I actually like.
Maybe a vigilante movie.
Yeah, but that's what most of those things are. All right, shut up. Yeah, switch it back for me. Okay, so that is definitely a vigilante movie, but at the same time, isn't Batman a vigilante movie? Isn't all those vigilante movies?
Oh, when I was at work today, I was watching the live feed of Jeff Dunham driving the 1966 Batmobile.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, this is so cool. And he went all over the car and he was showing where Adam West signed a car to him.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it was
I
cool.
didn't know Adam West had that car. That's great.
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah,
All
'cause
right.
it was like right on the dashboard. It was awesome. And I'm like, I hope my boss doesn't come catching me.
The next one is called The Intruder. Now, this one we've seen clips for, and I think I'm excited about this movie because it will be pretty freaky of a movie. So, this was posted by IMDb. All right, let's see what this is. Let's try to see if this will. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. So this is a thing where a guy sells his house to a couple, and the couple are going to be in their happily ever after house.
Oh, yeah. Is this
Yeah.
okay. And the guy still acts like it's his?
Yeah. So I
Okay.
think it's kind of creepy, but it could be a pretty good movie, I think. So
How many theaters?
I'll tell you when I get back.
Okay.
I think it's 2200. 2200. So this is now called The Intruder.
You really want this place, don't you?
I do.
Welcome to Foxglove. I'm Charlie Peck.
This view is beautiful.
It's the only house I ever lived in.
Nice looking family.
We always had a lot of love here. This house is yours now.
We'll take good care of her.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Or so they
Good
think.
time in Florida, buddy.
You're not gonna believe this. Charlie is outside cutting the grass.
What?
See, I don't have a problem with that. If someone comes and cuts my grass, I'd be all for that. They can cut my grass till they run out of gas. But anyway.
Did you just get this out of the garage?
That's where I keep it.
Something is really off with that.
Quaid is such a cool guy. I mean, I've seen movies where I loved him, and I've seen movies where I hated him. And I think this is going to be one that we're going to hate him.
Hey, Scott. Hello. Hey, stop drilling holes in my house.
It's not your house. Charlie's quite a guy. He knows why I died in that house.
You think that's blood?
Your days of dropping by are over.
It's hard to say goodbye.
He's watching you. This guy is dangerous.
What the hell? You're not dying today.
The Intruder. Rated PG-13.
I think that's...
You can't see it. It's PG-13. Oh, we'll have your mom with us, so you'll be all right.
That's. I don't know if she'd want to see that movie or not.
No.
It looks like it's going to be a pretty good movie. I feel relatively good about it. So, yeah, I think...
This place don't.
Oh, what are you doing? Hold on here.
I do.
Welcome to Fox.
Okay, I'm trying to stop it. Stop.
This view is
Stop.
beautiful.
Stop.
House.
I want to get in trouble once, not twice, for this movie. Seems like every week we're getting hammered on YouTube. They just... Every week I looked in my YouTube account and I started seeing these emails and I thought, oh, geez, when are they going to stop? They don't seem to understand.
House I ever
I'm going
lived
to keep
in.
doing it.
Nice looking family.
We always had a lot of love here.
Free. Just free. Maybe you should put that in, like, down at the bottom. Free advertising.
Yeah, I don't know why they complain about that, but hey, you know, whatever. I don't care. All right, the next one is called Long Shot.
I definitely want to see this one.
This is,
Seth Rogen.
yeah, Seth Rogen does some pretty cool things. And, actually, IMDb did this one too. All right, we'll take IMDb's version. Yeah, it's going to be, I think this is definitely going to be a pretty good movie. And here we go with Long Shot. What a weird pair that they're putting together.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, I would like to endorse you to be the next president of the United States.
Oh my God.
You've been a great secretary.
A state.
Which state again?
Which one? All of them, of course. What do you think?
Is the Secretary of State looking at us?
I kind of know her.
It's like kind of knowing a mermaid. Do you tell people that?
She probably doesn't remember who I am. Secretary Field would like to speak with you.
Uh-oh, look out.
I can't shake this feeling that we know each other.
We do.
We do?
Picture me, I guess, maybe like 20 younger, but like this.
Blarsky?
Yeah!
What are you doing these days?
I'm a journalist.
You're a great writer, but sometimes you're a little too much.
I don't think I am too much. I actually think I'm the perfect right portion.
They've been advertising this movie for a long time, too, so I think it'll probably do pretty well. Anyway.
Really nice to see you again.
Crack it down!
That's me. I would have been the guy that tripped down the stairs.
What is the relationship exactly?
I used to babysit for him.
You babysat for him? Wow, time has not been kind. I need some writers to punch up my speeches.
Fred's writing is really good.
And he knows me.
Oh, I feel so scared.
In order to write better for you, I should kind of get to know you better if you have a minute.
I actually have 7.
7 minutes in heaven. What is your
See Jackpot House?
The Velveteen Rabbit.
favorite song?
Must have been loved by Roxanne.
I can't see it.
Embarrassing moment.
I don't notice that.
I don't know why it does this.
What's
You're not
your
a friend of
favorite
his.
Yes, I am.
You can't be. Because you don't see him.
That's all it took. Look at you.
What's your favorite sexual position?
Don't be gross.
After all the bad things you said about him.
Do you like dating?
Anyone who wants to follow me around the world, I
Oh,
only
they
have
so.
5 minutes to be affectionate.
Yeah.
Don't you see him?
No, I don't.
Jonathan Weldon, right there.
Oh. I didn't know that's what his name was.
Uh-huh. I told you. See? She doesn't like you as much as I do.
We did almost just die.
We actually did almost die. We need to move you.
Thank you, Agent M.
Agent M.
I didn't know you were in that movie.
She's Richard
I
Gere
didn't
and
wanna
you're
say.
Julia Roberts.
Honestly, this has been the best few weeks of my entire life.
Great song.
He asked 1,000 constituents how they would feel if Kate Middleton
See where you're going with this?
were to start dating Danny DeVito. Pretty negative reaction.
What if he was doing Seth Rogen?
The last time you got high was at a Spin Doctors concert.
Spit Doctors. What else do you do at Spit Doctors?
I'm in so much trouble.
What's happened? Are they out of water?
Wow, he's so bendy, huh?
So bendy.
Ouch.
So that's another one. Stop. There we go.
And she was a puzzle on my Wheel of Fortune game this morning.
That's weird.
I was having fun with it. I got it right.
I'll bet you did. Anyway, so that's the third movie, I think it is.
Yes.
So that I mean, I think that we've got a good selection of movies this
How
time.
many theaters?
3,100.
Okay.
All right, so that's that, and I got to do one last. Oh, it keeps. One thing I don't like about IMDb is where they put their buttons. All right. Okay, so the last one is. Oh, here we go. Ugly Dolls. This is one I have no idea what it was. I've never heard of it before.
I've seen.
Did we see? I don't remember this one.
Yeah, I've been seeing even stuff on Facebook about it too.
Okay, well, this is Ugly Dolls. So we'll see. Let's see. This one here we'll do. And we shall. Uh-oh, this is a Facebook. That means there might be commercials. Oh, it's not. All right. Musical comedy, yes. Of Doll Time.
Everybody get down. Welcome to the Institute of Perfection. Remember, only pretty dolls will meet their perfect human match.
You're an engineer/model. You're a boy doll/model. You're not a model. Data does not compute.
Do you honestly think your little band of sock puppets stands a chance here? It's probably not if you just go back where you belong.
Are we really not good enough for the big world?
You know what? We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Our flaws make us who we are. Those are all worth fighting for.
Tú vienes aquí mucho.
Hard pass. Ew, ew, ew.
Another swing, another
I never saw this whole trailer. I swear I never did.
We can be pretty lovable.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Nothing is gonna stop us now. We have to save him.
Leave him. He's a lost cause. He's gone forever. I'm over here. There's nothing we could have done.
I mean, this is truly a kid's
movie.
Make it super hard for you.
Well, I say bring it on, Louis.
Oh my doll.
Oh, my doll. So there you go. That's our choices, and that is under 3,600 theaters.
See, this is going to be hard because you have that one going up against Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, personally. I know there's more theaters.
Do I take kids over Seth Rogen?
Well, I'm taking Seth Rogen, so you can have the kids if you want. I mean, for me.
That's because you don't want kids.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing it the way you do it. You picked Breakthrough as the first #1 movie, and I looked at it from a different perspective and said, well, I think it'll do this realistically, and I'm doing that now, saying I think I'll pick this one because of my personal preference rather than what I really think. Well, what I really think is I think Seth will be. But anyway, I put it in third. That's how much I really don't care. So your choice is whatever order you want. I mean, it does have 3,600
I know.
versus, oh, I put 2,100, but it's 3,100 for the long shot. 31. But I told you 31, right?
Hi, Jamie.
So the choice is yours.
Yeah.
That almost sounded like an orgasm.
Yeah,
Almost there. Almost. Ah. Not that I would know what an orgasm was.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to have one someday.
Yeah. Okay.
Just remember.
What? Yes, I know.
This is an advisory. Girls love me. Anyway.
I really need to talk to them and let them in on a few things.
No. They'll be right. All right. Go ahead.
I'm still trying to decide how I want to do this.
Well, the show's only 3 hours long.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
All right, I'll show them a magic trick while you're doing this. Here's a magic trick. Watch carefully. This is not done with mirrors. Watch my hand.
Oh, jeez.
My hand. Where's my hand?
Hi, Amy Sue.
Anyway, your time's up.
Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to be happy with this. But
it doesn't matter. You're either going to do really well like we usually do. I mean, we just keep going back and forth. So it doesn't really pick a number.
Yeah, I did. And I can't believe they're all single digits this
Go
week.
ahead.
Okay, I'm going to say first is going to be long shot.
That's the one I picked. All right, fine.
At 9 million.
At 9 million. I said 14, so 9 million. Okay.
I'm going to say Ugly Dolls second.
Second. Ooh.
At 8 million.
I said it was going to be 10 million. Ugly Dolls. Would you say 7?
8.
8. Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm going to say Intruder.
Intruder is
is third at 5 million.
I said Intruder was going to be second at 12 million. Well, I seem like the high guy this time.
Uh-huh.
And
I told you mine were all single digits.
El Chicano.
El Chicago, million. If that.
I said it was 3, so I don't know. That one is a wild shot. You said how many? 3?
1.
1.
If that.
Okay. It may be less than 1. I really don't know because we didn't see anything on it.
Nope.
And it's opening and wide, so wide really is you can't pin that number down. It could be wide, could be 50. It could be 1,000. I don't know.
That's true.
So that's okay. So now for the big 3 of the week.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is not gonna be.
I know
pretty.
you're number 1, so that'll be easy. You think Dolls will be number 1? Ugly Dolls. No.
No.
No. I guess that means.
I'm still going Avengers, baby.
Okay, Avengers. Go ahead. 2.
And let's see. That's 8 weeks. Maybe throw. I want to say long shot for number 2.
Long shot for number 2. That's what I put. Number 3.
And number 3, I would probably go with. That's down to that. So they've already made that. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm gonna say Ugly Dolls for number 3.
Ugly Dolls for number 3. That's what I thought you were going to say. Okay. And I said that number 3 was going to be Intruder. So it should be a little different.
Do I have long shot above Ugly Dolls on the week? I want to make sure that's right.
I think you do. You put Ugly Dolls as number 2.
And
long shot number 1.
Okay.
So, all right. So those are the movies.
Because that would look bad if I reversed
Yeah,
it.
I was wondering whether or not you were gonna. I was gonna get you on that. Now I gotta answer this because somebody isn't listening to the show, and instead they're paging me. So Joe Kreiner, why are you sending me a message? That's what I want to know. That's because you're interrupting my show. I'm just telling you that because you are. By the way.
Hey, the Fruit Loops in the.
The Fruit Loops. Oh, Yeah.
I actually put him on something. I saw this recipe on Facebook where you can make, like the Rice Krispie treats. You can make them out of Fruit Loops. I thought they were the coolest thing.
All right, we're going to see if we can get Joe to join us in our chat room because he's interrupting my show. So, let's see. Where's I gotta send him the whole complete address of where to find it and everything.
Here, I can do this.
You know Joe Kreiner?
Yeah.
How do you know him?
He's a friend of mine on Facebook, too.
I have no idea who he is. Go here.
Yeah, mine's locked. My stuff's locked.
And I don't have a clue who he is, so it's funny that he would send me a message. First message he's ever sent me in however long I've been friends with him, and he's not listening to the show.
Yeah, mine's locking up now.
Well, that's weird. Shouldn't be. Because I'm looking at the streams, and they're all streaming in the red, which is what we want.
Because, I didn't see they're about dogs, about that show. Yeah.
He sends me the thumbs up. He better show up in the chat room now, because he's in our way. All right, we might as well. Why don't you private message
who?
Him.
Yeah.
And then give him that number.
Well, he said he gotta go.
Oh.
Well, hook him up for next week.
He thinks he's got that much power?
No, but I do.
Who's he think he is?
Yeah, he's not my trash.
Jaden? Jaden used to like me. He used to call me. He used to. He used to put me on the cards. He used to be a cool guy. Now, he just shows up in the chat room whenever he wants, like he's a free man. Anyway, I can only give you as much information as he gives me, but Jaden has his dog show, DAWG. It's a fun show. It's called King of the Monsters. It's May 25th, 2019. So if you want to see a decent show, go to Jaden's show.
It's in New Jersey someplace.
Well, yeah, I don't. He didn't give me the address. So
I'm looking.
Hey, he snoozed.
And this is locked up.
Well, open another one in there. Close that one and open another one. I don't know why you're using. We should be using Chrome anyway. Chrome's cool.
I don't like Chrome. I have to use it at work, and I don't like it.
Oh, I love Chrome better. Anyway, that's actually why I'm talking about it. There is a show coming up next week.
Mm-hmm.
Next Saturday.
The 11th.
And it is going to be...
in our backyard.
Not my backyard. It's going to be close. Let's put it that way. And where did he put... Oh, he must have... Oh, here it is. Wait, is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, I guess he... Sorry, he put it on my phone. I gotta... Let's see here. Let's see. Where are... There it is. Okay. Okay. Dead air.
Yes, because we're both looking for notes.
Okay, here we go. This is promotion is what is it? What's the promotion?
It's A Night to Remember.
No. What's the promotion? Do we know?
Yeah, all I know is it's Kevin Murphy's.
Yeah, but it doesn't say the promotion. I thought.
No.
Unless. Anyway, there's a wrestling card at Lingostown Chiropractic presents A Night to Remember. And they're going to have it Saturday, May 11th. And let's see here. It's at the Farm Show building. Doors open at 5. Bell time is 6, which is a right early bell time.
I think it's a compilation of different promotions.
Okay.
There's people from CCW, SSW. You've got Valor Pro that's going to be there. You've got I want to say PWE is going to be there.
Well, here's what he said. Saturday, May 11th, Farm Show Arena, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Doors open at 5. Bell time at 6. Adults, $20. Kids, 12 and under, are $10. So if you want a kid, that's the time to buy one, because you can't buy a cheaper kid than that. The show is dedicated to the best talent of Central Pennsylvania independent wrestling. We will also be honoring 7 local companies for their contributions to independent wrestling. So,
not just so far. There is a first-time ever match. We've got Tony Deppen versus Mr. Grimm. We've got a Money in the Bank ladder match. We've got Red Scorpion Mark Hazel, versus Lance. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he's one of the Samoans. Versus Anoa. We got BJ versus BJ Walker versus the Sexy Psycho Adrian Bliss versus Bro Keller versus your buddy Louis G. Rich.
oh, cool. I haven't seen him in years.
You know, then we've got a couple singles matches. We've got a women's match, Ali Rex versus Riley Crow. We've got Mike Orlando versus Laszlo Arpid. Then you have South Philly's Finest against the Wild Cards. I've heard of South Philly's Finest. There's an open challenge match. You know, Shane Malice is looking for an opponent. And then the one match that I'm really, really excited about, the featured attraction singles match. We've got Eddie Smooth versus my baby, Sean Carr. I got money on Sean on that one.
I'm going to tell you, Sean is taking on one of the Samoan people. I mean, he's not a Samoan, but he trained in Samoan camp. And actually, remember Doc Daniels, he used to always talk about him.
Oh, yeah.
Always talk about him, to the point where I was like, shut up. But anyway, it's good to see he's still out there. And so
I love watching Sean wrestle.
Well, he's a good kid. I say kid, but he's not a kid anymore. But anyway.
So you wanted to know about Jaden's show?
Yeah.
It's at the Max Fit and Sports Complex at 240 Delsey Drive.
If you'd send me that whole link, I could just put the link on our screen so that everyone can see it.
Okay.
But that's just me. That's just what I would think. That's what I would think would be a good thing to do.
Well,
that's just me.
There you go.
So, and of course, you're sending me messages during the show.
Well, how else am I supposed to get you the link? That's how I started out doing it, 16 years ago?
I don't know. Just seems like yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
All right, is this the right page? I guess this is the right one. Wait, hold on. I'm getting there. These last-minute things.
I think we should go to this one. We haven't been to New Jersey lately.
If I'm on it, I'll do it. If I'm not on it, I'm not going. That's a long way to go.
You've got a Tesla!
Yeah. I'm not going to waste my auto drive on nothing.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let's see. Is this okay? So where do you see? Oh, you looking at this? The King of the Monsters, right? All right, here we go. Details. Tickets are $15. It's the date is May 25th, and some of the matches are.
It's part of Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. Good. I'll have off.
Says a guy who's retired.
Oh yeah, I forgot. World Wrestling Grand Prix Championship match. William Huckabee is the WWGP champion versus Biggie Biggs. Oh, I haven't seen Biggie Biggs. I used to manage him. It says here, Chris Steeler and Kyle Payne are barred from ringside. Wonder, maybe I could just, I'm not barred from ringside. I could maybe make it I could be there with Biggie Biggs. I haven't seen him in years. All right, his contract expired. Joe Moran, not Moran. Joe Moran. Oh, geez. Joe Moran versus Glassboro, New Jersey's
And it's not even
own...
Joe, it's Johnny.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Versus Glassboro, New Jersey's own Eric Martin. Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators Championship match between Breaker Moran. Ooh, I worked with him a long time ago, too. Versus Stephen Gibbs. Gibke?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Brother versus brother match with Chuck Payne versus Kyle Payne. Which one do you want?
Oh. I don't like Payne at all.
What's up, Chuck? I want up Chuck. Up Chuck is the one I pick. So you get the other one.
Yeah, because Kyle, you put another I in there and you got Kylie. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Chris Steeler versus Digit
Bundles.
Bundles. All right. Champion of the fans, Pat Shamrock of Glassboro, New Jersey. Oh, with Glassboro, New Jersey's own Adrian.
No, Adonis Valerio.
Yeah, that too. Versus Dylan Mesh with Daredevil Dave Dow. If Shamrock wins, he gets 5 minutes with Dow, no DQ. That happened to me one time. I got in a match where...
Wait a minute.
What?
If Shamrock wins, he gets 5 minutes with a doll and no Dairy Queen? Really? DQ Dairy Queen?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What time are you leaving?
20 minutes.
World Champion Grand Prix Women's Championship match
Oh,
with Casey
yeah.
Carlisle, the champion, versus JL Cotto.
We haven't seen Casey in years.
No, I haven't seen her in forever. And then there's a Dangerous Adrenaline dog. I'm just going to say dog. A dog gladiators dog
Dog tag team champion.
The old school of Patch and Vincent Fixer. I haven't seen Vinny the Fixer in a long time.
Or
wow.
Patch.
Or Patch, yeah. Against Ray Jazz and Killian McMurphy. Says more to be announced. So that sounds like it could be a fun match. A bunch of matches that of people I actually know.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Anyway, check it out. And that'll be, if you need your wrestling fix, there you go. So.
Hey, and if you guys come out to these shows and we're going to be there, don't be afraid to come up and say hello.
No, stay away. Stay far away. You can say hello to her, but no. I don't have time for it.
Your ego needs to pop just a little bit.
No, I just like to relax when I'm out.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, that's what we got, and that's what all there is about the movies and the wrestling. And the next category is, of course, entertainment. We got some good stuff about the entertainment stuff. So let's see what we got. Looking here to see the top. Here we go. Here we go. So we all saw, a lot of us have seen Endgame. So, here's some movies that you should see after Endgame. I gotta find the thing so I can cut the volume down a little bit here. Okay, so it's not over because we got other stuff to see. There's 5 movies coming out after Avengers. Spider-Man, Far From Home is one of them. Hey. That'll be Black Widow is coming out, even though she died. Because she's Black Widow is coming out. I think that'll be a hot movie too, because she's really cool. The Eternals. Now this is interesting. The Eternals. Let me see if I can find the. There we are. The Eternals, Matthew and Ray Firpo were hired in 2018 to write the film screenplay. So I don't know anything about the Eternals. Production's set to begin 2019, August, making its debut next year. Black Panther sequel is coming out, although not yet confirmed, but it's going to happen. The sequel's predicted to be in the late 2020 or 2021. Doctor Strange sequel. If you didn't see the first Doctor Strange, you really should see it before seeing the Avengers stuff. Production's believed to begin in 2020 with its release in 2021. So those are some movies that you can definitely check out to, enjoy after Endgame. Endgame, of course, shatters all records except one. One record beat it. I believe Black Panther might be the one record. I forget what the shatters the records with $1.2 billion opening worldwide. That might be slightly larger because this is Sunday's numbers, but you know that's just unbelievable to be at that high. It just I was shocked that a movie's going to do that kind of volume in one weekend. So. Well, it shows what I know. We see these movies coming out, and you think, oh, look at how much they did, and you think, who's going to top that? There's always somebody going to top it, but it took a long time to get to that kind of number. It says here, the Avengers assembled the biggest box office in film history, far surpassing multiple records on the books. Avengers Endgame made $1.2 billion at the worldwide box office opening, according to Disney. It's the only film in history to cross the $1 billion mark for its debut. So that's pretty darn good. It broke previous records, hundreds of millions of dollars. Its prequel, Avengers Infinity War, formerly held the record-making $640 million for opening last year. So it went from last year of doing $640 as a worldwide opening to the sequel doing $1.2 billion, doubling So what?
Now, I just sent you the link to this one that's coming out in November, and even though that's a ways away, I thought that it's interesting because it's...
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to give the... I'm going to give the next story here some credence. We did that, here we go.
And he said depending on work next week.
When? When did he say that?
I just asked him. Jaden.
Oh, okay. Did he know that we just went over the card?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I said, well, if he can do it, maybe come on and push it a little more, and so we'll see.
Oh, where did I put that other story?
What, it didn't transfer over?
I don't know if I thought I sent it over. There's a file. Okay. I don't know where it went. I don't know. Maybe I didn't post that right because I don't see all. I had a lot more. Let me do this. Let me refresh this if I can. I just think that it should have refreshed automatically. Let me see. Interesting. Well, that's weird. Oh, here it's resync. I thought I had a couple more stories on the movies coming out after Endgame. Guardians of the Galaxy, I know, is coming out. Spider-Man is one that I already said. There's supposed to be Black Panther was another one. Scarlett Johansson's movie, Black Widow. And I don't know. I thought there were supposedly 5 movies, and that's 4 of them. So be on the watch for those. Guess who's coming back? Movie Pass.
Oh.
Wait a minute. This is different now. Movie Pass, their next act, watch ads, see free movies. So.
Really?
Yes, believe it or not, they're going to try it again. So Stacy Spikes, who co-founded MoviePass, which really annoys me because we lost a lot of I lost a lot of money on MoviePass, has a new subscription service for theaters. They used to do for like $10 a month. You can go see as many movies as you want for any month, and then you could see whatever you wanted. Then it went and they said you can only see these movies and not these movies the first week. Then they set all these rules, and then eventually nothing showed up, and you couldn't get a movie.
You had to see it in these theaters.
Right, and it got to the point where we ended up. I just said I'm done. I'm done with this, and I canceled our membership. And I think we had 4 months or something left.
Yeah.
So that's $40 times 3 cards. So it sucked. But anyway, they're doing something different this time. What they're going to do is they're going to give a free movie ticket. You get a free movie ticket after watching at least 15 minutes of video ads on your phone. So you watch these video ads on your phone, and it gets you a free movie ticket.
But doesn't that also put like spyware and malware and stuff on your phone?
I don't know. I don't know. Says we had to build now here's the thing that's funny about it. So the one question that somebody had is you get a free movie ticket for 15 minutes, but what's to stop me from turning my phone on and walking away and letting it play? And they said
they'll ask questions.
We had to build in facial recognition so that the person actually has to watch the video. If you look away, it can detect and it'll pause, so you have to still watch it. Kind of weird. It says nothing's recording. It's a motion detector. If nothing is leaving your device, nothing is stored. All advertisers get is that how many people watch the spots. How are longer ads better than the 30-second spots? You actually get the time to get into the story. It should be like you should be like you're entertained versus sitting through painful ads. The more time you spend on the focused on the activity of the brand, the more time you're likely to spend your money. Okay, the theory is good. And this is see, the big thing about it before was they never had a reason, they never had a way to make their money back. They had this great thing that they were thinking was going to be really cool, but they couldn't make their money back because they had no revenue stream. The only thing they had was people doing their $10 a month. And if they used the card, well, they weren't making money. If you didn't use the card...
Yeah, it only took, one time, and then you got your money's worth.
Well, the thing is, they were looking at it as people pay for gym memberships and never go to the gym.
Right.
That's what they were thinking was going to happen. It didn't happen. So, it says here, with MoviePass, you took a loss as you covered the full cost of the movie tickets in most cases. Will you be subsidizing tickets with pre-show? That's a new company that MoviePass is becoming. We're expecting to run this business such that you're paying your way off through the ads and go to the movies. The way to do that is to let in a few people and have a certain number of advertisers to start and grow over time. I don't know. It makes sense that they might make money on this, but I'm still pissed off at the last one. So the only way I would consider it is if they, comp me the money that I lost. Hi, Nick Dean. Haven't seen you in a while. Can I get a plug too? EWA, May 18th. Parkville, Maryland. EWA Legends present Endgame. Hey, that could be a good name for a movie.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, now his didn't come up here.
Didn't come up where?
Here. Wasn't he in the chat room?
Yeah, but it would have been above Amy's really.
Nope.
Where's it really?
Yeah, see?
How come you don't get all the
I don't know.
Last thing you have is... Oh, you don't have... Those are all old ones.
Uh-huh.
Well, why don't I have your...
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Hold on here. Oh, I can't do it with this one. I have to do it with that one. I don't know what's going on. What's the last thing you have?
Where Jonathan Weldon joined the chat room?
Oh, well, that was a long time ago.
Again?
Oh, I don't have it again. Where's the again?
Yeah, because the last comment was Amy Sue's Sai Haya.
I have Amy Sue... there's...
Oh, it's blood, you dingbat.
Who did I say it was?
You kept telling me it was Jackpot.
Oops, sorry. I get my House of Pain people mixed up. It's because I really only know you by one name. So, look who just. Well, you probably don't. I was going to say, look who just joined, but you probably don't see him.
No,
Anthony Ferris just joined. We got all kinds of wrestling people in the room now.
Well, that's because Jaden was in there.
Oh, okay.
You know who Anthony Ferris is, don't you?
Yes, I know who he
Okay.
is.
You got that name.
I haven't seen him in years and years and years.
I'm telling you, we really need to
How do
go.
well, he's not going to be there.
You don't know that.
It's not on the card.
And many more.
That his name is not many more. So, it's not many more. Anyway, all right, next one. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the Easy Pass. So our Movie Pass. Do not. I don't think we should put any good things on Movie Pass. All right. A couple of years ago, there was a TV series that came out. I think it was on HBO. It was called Netflix. 13 Reasons Why. Now, the thing about this is that I thought when this came out, this was a mistake. This was all about teenage suicide. And so the kid killed themselves, and then they left a note on why they killed themselves.
Ugh.
And I thought, man, I just don't think that's a good idea. Now, supposedly it was a really, really good series, but also, at the same time, increased the number of people that killed themselves by 20. I think it was 23%. Let me see if that's what it is. It says here, suicide rate saw sharp increase in the month following the release of Netflix's drama 13 Reasons Why. Researchers say that researchers at the National Hospital analyzed monthly rates of suicide among individuals 10 to 64 between January 1st, 2013 and December 31st, 2017. They said April 2017, the month after the season premiere of 13 Reasons Why, was the highest suicide rate among ages 10 to 17 during the 5-year period. So that's not really a good thing. You can't be proud of that. But suicide rates for teens saw a sharp increase in the month following the release of the Netflix drama 13 Reasons Why. And that's a really huge amount. It was 28.9% increase in the number of suicides.
Oh.
So, to me, that's kind of a dangerous precedent. And they're going to put, I believe, I heard they're going to put out another one. So, I don't know if that's true, but I believe that was in the works. So, that's a scary thing. We don't want to give people a reason to, kill themselves. I don't know. Anyway, that was that, and that really filled my. I can't believe that's the only entertainment stuff I had. I wonder if I put that in another category. Looking here for the. All right, there we go. All right. He was close. Jackpot.
Is it Jonathan too?
Is it Jonathan too? That's right. I knew that. That's what threw me off. I forgot all about that. I forget what his last name was, but that is correct. Anyway, next.
Well, I told him to get in touch with you after the show. Maybe we can hook something up next week or the week after or whatever. See what you can do.
Okay.
Work your magic.
We'll see what I can do. This is a weird thing that a gunman opened fire in the middle of a cookout, killing one person and injuring others.
Ugh.
This is just too weird. This was in West Baltimore. It was Sunday night. It left one person dead and 7 injured, according to the police. Authorities need the public help identifying the gunman and more possible victims from the tragic, cowardly shooting. So, what a sad thing. You think you're having a cookout, and next thing you know, you're in the hospital or dead. The gunman said, the gunman approached the intersection where cookouts were taking place on both sides of the 2500 block of Edmondson Avenue. The gunman started firing indiscriminately into the crowd, striking a number of people. He may have been targeting one or more people in the crowd. Based on the presence of 2 sets of shell casings, detectives are trying to determine if another person returned fire. So it's, see all the markers. There were a lot of gunshots there. So, I don't know. I just never really understood the reason that someone has to kill somebody. I just, every
think
week,
a lot of it's drugs.
I don't know. Or anger or, you know, whatever. I don't understand. All my life I've never even thought about killing anybody. I just walk away from whatever the issue is. And I guess it's a shame.
And I guess some people, you know, a lot of it has to do with the bullying in today's society too. You know, it's like if you feel like you want to bully somebody, then you end up fighting with them. And
I'm all for bullying. Oh no, I'm all against bullying.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say,
what it is.
You're all for bowling, but not bullying.
I like bulls. There's nothing wrong with bulls.
Oh, they shit a lot.
They what? Did that come out the way I think it did?
No.
Oh man. Anyway.
You're hearing things.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Come on, it won't delete that. Oh, it helps if I hit the right button. Okay. All right. This woman dies after driving in an Iowa street or road. Driving in eastern Iowa. Stay out of Iowa. Waterloo, exactly. Authorities are investigating the death of a woman who was shot while driving in northeast Iowa. The Waterloo Cedar Falls Courier reports that the shooting happened on Highway 218 on the outskirts of Waterloo. Police say a bullet struck the woman in the neck as she was driving. So there's nothing to tie this to. She wasn't being chased by anybody. It just was a stray bullet, I think. So, or maybe it was a kid or some idiot just shooting at cars.
It was probably the geese chasing her.
What? Oh, geese. I don't think geese have guns.
Never know. I mean, somebody could have been out duck hunting and they missed the goose and shot her. Yeah, that didn't sound right.
I think not. I think that would be a horrible way to die, though.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to get away for whether go home or work or whatever it is, and you end up dying. So, really sad. So, all right. So that was that. I gotta, let's see, next one. Oh,
how old did you say she was?
I don't know if I said. Did I say?
That's
no.
just awful.
They didn't even release her name. So, but it was weird because the woman, it says here, a woman was struck in the neck. The bullet continued to strike one of the woman's 2 male passengers and injure him. Paramedics were called after the woman pulled over along the highway. She died at the scene. So they didn't really mention who she was. We could always go to the Waterloo Courier, see if they posted an update on that. Let's see. Let's see if there's an update. Live radio. All right. Oh, maybe it was. Yeah, here it is. Here's the update. Woods near shooting site, not known for illegal hunting, but this person apparently was the. There's the girl. Oh, that sucks.
Young girl.
Yeah, she was young. Woods near shooting site, not known for illegal hunting. It says here, a ground search turned up very little in the case of the woman who died after being hit by a bullet driving down U.S. Highway 218. But tips continue to come in from the public. Investigators are following every lead. Says here that, I can't even say her, Michaela Redinger.
Michaela, maybe?
Michaela. You say Michaela. You would say, say Michaela, whatever. Authorities say that she was 25, a former University of North Iowa softball player. She was driving from home to work, or from home. Was driving home from work around 2:30 a.m. So that's a really strange time for a stray bullet to come out. When a bullet shattered her driver's side window, hit her in the neck, killing her. The projectile then hit the other passenger, which was a 25-year-old male, as we talked about before. So that just sucks in so many ways. Why would you have your gun out at 2:30 in the morning? Just horrible. So it kind of is weird because it's kind of like the when your time's up, you're gonna die one way or another.
Right.
It's so weird to think about that you can't even go out and drive home from work without somebody trying to kill you. So it's sad, and what a weird thing. So, all right, that's that person. This is these are just the weirdest things. Waiting for it to load. Man kills wife and 2 children after suspicions of an affair. I guess the kids were having an affair too. A child was found hiding underneath a bed after a girl's father killed her mother and 2 siblings. Man, could you imagine going to being at home and your dad being furious and running through the house like a madman, and all you want to do is play your toys, That kid won't be playing. Well, that kid is going to be messed up for life because of an idiot father.
I can tell you this much. When I was getting ready to go into 9th grade when my parents split. I ran into my bedroom and I hid in the closet because I didn't want to go with my mom. I wanted to stay with my dad.
Wow. That's kind of strange after what I know about him.
Yeah, I mean, it just wasn't working, and I would have rather stayed with my dad. But I can say now that my parents worked everything out, and they've been back together, and they've been married over 50 years. So
I don't know. It says here, 30-year-old Austin Smith began a shooting frenzy after an argument with his wife turned into allegations of an affair. And it says here, Smith then killed his wife and 2 daughters inside their home. He drove to an apartment of the alleged affair partner, Ron Freeman, and fatally shot him and injured 2 other people in the process. The 47-year-old woman and the 33-year-old man were in critical but sustaining serious injuries. His wife, Dacia, I guess it is. Is that an L? I don't know. I can't see if it. Oh, Dazzla Patterson, 29 years old, and their daughters were Mayan Smith, 7, and Nasha Smith, 5. They were found dead in the family's home. Man, that's heartbreaking. The couple's 3-year-old daughter was found uninjured underneath the bed. Smith was immediately taken into custody. See, that guy there should just die. Just take him out of everybody's misery, because he's not going to be any good to his daughter anymore, the one that's left. So why even drag it out? The guy's an idiot, and he ended up killing the poor kids. Just amazes me, all those people that are out there like that. I just don't understand.
it's awful.
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of these issues, especially with the one that we are really close to.
Right, yeah.
And every time it just reminds me of that life is really fragile. And
you realize it'll be 11 months tomorrow.
I don't realize that. And in the same sense, in California, we had a situation. A car barreled into 8 people in California. Police say the driver was targeting Muslims. Again, if you don't like a certain type of person, okay.
Maybe they don't like you.
Well, even if they don't, even if they do, who knows? It doesn't matter. Just let them alone. A driver identified as 34-year-old Army veteran was targeting Muslims when his car barreled into a group of 8 people Tuesday evening. California police say the attack injured 7, including a 13-year-old in critical condition. Isaiah Joel Peoples was arrested at the scene. On Friday, he was charged with 8 counts of attempted murder and held without bail in the county jail. So I just think that that's so weird.
That almost sounds like PTSD.
It is. I'm sure it is. I really do think it is. But again, this is a man who already acted out. He should die too. He should die. Just because he's a danger to everybody. He's a danger, especially to Muslims, apparently. It just is so sad. Tuesday's act of terrorism, according to attorney Chuck Smith, who represents Peoples, said that it says the FBI was involved in the investigation because of the possibility that Tuesday's attack was an act of terrorism. So I don't know. I just, a guy that goes to fight for our country and our freedoms decides that he's going to be the one that takes these guys out for no reason other than them being Muslims. Just is horrible to think about. Then there's but mommy didn't mean to hurt me.
Ugh.
This is a really strange thing that I could see happening. Maybe mommy didn't mean to hurt me. 5-year-old told the doctor of possible abuse before he was killed.
Ugh.
So the doctor heard this and never did anything about it. And that is so sad to think about, that someone could have prevented a killing, an abuse killing, and they didn't know they didn't think to do it. And sadly, there's one less little kid because of it. 4 months before Andrew A.J. Freud's parents were charged with his murder, the 5-year-old shared information of possible abuse with a doctor in Illinois. Police said on the hotline report found a large bruise on A.J.'s hip in December. First, he told the investigators the bruise came from the family dog.
Is that where your bruise came from?
I still don't know where that came from. I wish I did. It's a really strange thing.
According to that, Buddy might have done it.
Well, I know better. He gets fed really well. He
Okay.
doesn't want to lose his meal ticket. So, says, but an emergency room physician noted that AJ gave a different reason. Maybe someone hit me with a belt. Maybe mommy didn't mean to hurt me. So that's a scary thing that sometimes they listen too closely. Sometimes they don't listen close enough, because this kid could have survived if that had been known. Anyway, here's the story from.
Located what we believe to be the body of Andrew A.J. Friend.
Police found the body of A.J. Friend. They called it Friend. I said Friend. I said Freud, I guess. He was missing for almost a week from his home in Illinois.
Located what they believe to be A.J.'s body, buried in a shallow grave wrapped in plastic.
That's the thing, he's even in a shallow grave and in plastic. Come on, give him a proper burial.
In a rural area of Woodstock, Illinois.
The boy's mother and father were arrested in connection with the murder.
Both Joanne Cunningham and Andrew Friend are being charged with the death and disappearance of AJ. Both are in police custody at this time.
Tell me exactly what happened. We have a missing child.
So they buried the kid, and they called the police and said they have a missing child when they know they buried a kid. That's so wrong on so many levels. I guess once you kill a kid, there's nothing worse you could do.
except trying to get
I
out
had
of
a
it.
doctor's appointment this morning. When I got back from the doctor's appointment, I checked in on him, said good morning, and he wasn't there.
The cause of death is unknown at this time. I'm curious as to what the cause of death was. The mother's attorney has not responded to requests of comment. It's unclear if the father has an attorney. So who do you think did it? Do you think the father did it, or do you think the mother did it?
I don't know. I mean, that's hard to say because one's going to blame the other. I've seen it too many times where one parent blames the other. You know, and it's just enough doubt where they'll both be acquitted.
No, they won't. Someone's going to pay for this.
Hi, Rob Noxious. No, you haven't watched Law and Order lately, have you?
I never watched Rob Noxious. Never watched Law and
yeah,
Order.
we know this.
Yeah, it's really strange. No, it won't let me save this. I wanted to send the. There we go. There's the link. Anyway. All right, there we go. All right, yeah, it's just so weird to think that there's such a little respect for a kid's life, and it's bad enough when it happens to an adult, but when it happens to a child, I just don't even know.
Anything like that happens to a child, it doesn't sit well.
Well, I guess
me.
it's because the title of this was maybe Mommy didn't mean to hurt me, so maybe Mommy was the killer.
Yeah, possible.
So this is one for you though. Although you don't do too much driving anymore, but this is one that you'll like, or maybe not like. Uber driver picked up 2 riders in Texas. One passenger killed the other and fled.
That's part of the reason why I won't drive anymore. Well, that.
It says here Texas police are looking for an Uber passenger who shot and killed another rider. Harris County police say, where'd it go? Identified the victim as James Grant Booker II. He's again number 26. He's 26. The alleged shooter is on the run, and police are searching for the surrounding areas. The Uber driver called the police after attempting to pick up the 2 passengers at an intersection. Wow. Makes you really second think Uber, but that's Texas. Texas is a little more crazy than around here anyway. But you
haven't been out, have you?
Sure, I go every day because I don't have anything to do all day. So I just go out and hang out with the Uber people.
Yeah, I'd like to see you do that.
I can do it. I just don't need to. I don't. What am I going to do with all the money?
Your dog?
My dog needs me. I'm here taking care of him during the day. I don't need to, Anyway, so that's that. All right. If Rob's still in the chat room, I would like to know where that wrestling show was Saturday, because I really liked the area that it was in. I thought it was pretty cool. So if you are there yet, I'd like to know that. If you aren't there, well, I guess you can't tell me then.
Hold on.
It really looked cool though with we're being in the middle of the street and all that stuff. So, but anyway, I guess we're done with this story, even though the video's now coming up. But anyway, this is in the oops category. And the oops category of a man's out teaching his daughter how to shoot.
Oops.
But she accidentally got shot.
Oh.
He was teaching her gun safety. This is what you don't use. You don't allow people to shoot you. So, kind of weird. Oh, is this video going to run? Hopefully. Checking to see if this is going to run or not. Here we go. Run. Oh, that says top headlines. That's not going to be. That's not the one we want. It's not the one I asked for. All right, fine. I'll do the work again. I'll do your work again, Fox News. All right, we'll go back to that other page once we get back there. Come on. Take me back. Come on. You're making me look worse than I am. All right, we'll just reload it. How about that? That'll be quicker than going back. All right. So anyway, an Arizona man has been arrested in the accidental shooting of his 6-year-old daughter. Why would you be teaching your 6-year-old daughter how to shoot? Or even son? Why a 6-year-old? I would not be teaching a 6-year-old how to shoot.
Well, it's like this, okay? At first I felt the same way. You know, Everett's 7 now, and I couldn't understand why they were teaching him. But as it was explained to me, this may start his love of hunting. It's something he can shoot, or he can do with his dad.
This is 2019. We don't have to go out and do this anymore. We have grocery stores.
Yes, but some people like to go out and the thrill of the hunt.
I understand. It's not, but it's not a sport. I mean, the animals aren't shooting back. The animals are just being.
No, they'll just jump in front of your car. You know, but it's like this. I would rather my daughter and son-in-law teach my grandson the safeties of hunting and stuff like that than him just not go out and learn anything. You know?
This thing sent me to that page again anyway. I tried to read the article and I went to do it. It was okay. It says here an Arizona man's been arrested. Eldon Mickenville, 26, was arrested and charged with child abuse. Now I think that's kind of overdoing it, because I think he had every intention of teaching her how to use a gun. He was charged with child abuse and aggravated assault after cops were called to the Glendale home, and in response to a shooting, the girl was shot in the abdomen and faces months of recovery. He said he had the victim in his room and was teaching her gun safety. Well, the first thing in gun safety is, let's not load the gun in the house.
Keep the bullets away from the gun.
Yeah. He was also advised that as he was cleaning the weapon, and he half-cocked it so he could load birdshot ammunition in for storage in the house. There's no reason for this. This is nuts. He stated that when he loaded the weapon, he was seated on the floor of the bedroom, and that he went to stand up, he slipped and fell, and somehow the gun went off.
Ugh.
Cops said they were told the weapon was a shotgun he had recently purchased. He's lucky he didn't kill that kid.
Yeah.
Because if it was a shotgun, man, I can't imagine. That's going to be, like they said, it's going to be a long way before she's going to be okay. So, I don't know. Let's see here. It says a sobbing Mickenville pleaded with the judge to release him so he could help his family during a court appearance on Friday. Why did he have another, so he could help his family during the court appearance?
Wow.
I don't understand. So, I don't know. The bail is $50,000. $50,000 is what, $500 you have to come up with?
Yes.
I can't
wait, no, it's 10%, so it's $5,000.
Oh, $5,000? Okay. So, I don't know. Just leave your guns locked up if you have to have guns, and wait till they're older. When I was in, I'm trying to think. I think I had a gun course. It's hard to think about that, because when I was going to high school, they had a gun club, and we brought our guns in, and they taught us how to use the guns.
Well, at that age, maybe they should just stick to Nerf guns or squirt guns.
Well, it's a different time now, man. You couldn't do that today. You couldn't have a gun club today because there's just too many crazies out there. So, I don't know. It just is weird to think about it.
Okay, the answer to your question from Rob is... Oh.
Get me teased here. You almost have it.
I have it here. I just have to open it on my phone.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is this past weekend. Was it this weekend?
It was Kid Connection in Lewistown.
Okay.
They shut the streets down and the kids did everything for free. Okay. Food, drinks, games, fire truck ladder rides, wrestling.
It was okay. So the situation was that CCW, or whatever their name is up there,
CWP or
CPW, I think it is.
Yeah.
Were having they broadcast on their Facebook, and they had a situation where it was just kind of fun. It was like a wrestling ring in the middle of the street. I know we did that in New York a couple times with
in New Jersey.
Yeah, and it was fun to watch because there was like
there was a traffic light right above the ring.
And you see the CVS on the one side, and you see this business over here, and they're fighting all over the place. It was just kind of a fun little thing, and I enjoyed really watching it. So it was kind of fun to watch, and I just enjoyed.
See, that would have been fun to go up and you just kind of see what was there, and even go for a fire truck ride.
Well, didn't know about it till it was already happening,
Yeah,
so there was no way I was going to see it. So here you go. We talked about what's that?
I told him, I said that you like the location. He goes, they put the trash dumpster in our area. They told us to do the middle of the street.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. That's why they were in the middle of the street.
Yeah. All right. So is this the one? I hope this is the article. This is not the article. Where's the other article? What?
Nothing. I try.
All right. So Volkswagen unveils the next electric SUV in its futuristic lineup. It's a 82 kilowatt battery pack and the option to purchase extra Z's in the name. No, that's just kidding. No extra Z's. It's the car's named the ID Rooms.
Oh.
ROOMZ. It's an all-electric SUV with level 4 autonomous capabilities. It's destined for the Chinese market by 2021. The Rooms will come with an 82 kilowatt battery. Now mine has 100 kilowatts, providing a range of up to 450 kilometers, which is 279 miles, according to the translations of what the miles are. So I think it'll be an interesting SUV. It's kind of looks like my car, in a lot of ways, but mine's better. But it's kind of cool. It says here the SUV is a monolith, appearing to be seamlessly machined from one solid block, and the battery-powered ID Rooms moves effortlessly and without emissions, just like my car. So. The thing that sucks is I had another article that I thought wonder if I put that somewhere else. I could have sworn I had another article on this. Oh, I don't have many articles left. I'm going to have to drag these out.
Oh.
Well, I got to make sure I do this one for you.
Which one?
One that you don't know about.
Because I was going to scoot out of here.
I'm going to do that one next.
Okay.
But the one that I wanted to, I'm going to see if I can find it real quickly. VW bus.
Oh, they're bringing that back?
Well, yeah, you're gonna like it. I just hope that I can find the article that I wanted. It's official. Here it is. The VW bus is back. Now, there's something special about this VW bus because it's all electric.
Oh, wow.
So this bus is the new, not the one on the right, not the one on the left, because the one on the left is the old one. It's official. The VW bus is back, and it's electric. The ID Buzz concept will go into production. That's funny because they called the other one the Buzz. Oh, no, they called it the ID Zooms. What did it call it? No. Freaking A, I can't remember.
I thought it was bus, but it was with a Z.
No, I need to find out. Hold on here. Duplicate that. Let's back this one up. I forget what it was called now. All of a sudden I'm thinking that it was something else. I wonder if hopefully I have the answer to that. Come on. Where did I? Oh, Rooms. Rooms. So that's their SUV. But this is the, if you remember the VW bus from the. I remember. Okay, so this is a funny, weird story. Okay, one of us has to do it. I went to do it, you do it, went to do it, and neither of us did it. Oh, you did do it. Okay, so I have a funny story about this. When I got married the first time,
Okay.
we had no money. We were highly in debt. And so when we got married, we were trying to think, what can we do that's different for a honeymoon?
Okay.
And my wife said, let's go camping. I'm a man of convenience. I don't like inconvenience. I really hate inconvenience. But because I loved my wife, I said, okay.
Okay, let me ask you this before you go any further. When were you married?
This one was 1986.
What month?
It was the fall of 1986.
Okay.
Okay.
Because that's important to know.
Well, see, my dad died in 1986, and
Okay.
I just felt like life is too short, and I decided I was going to get married.
Okay.
So that's when I decided. So I went on this little. When I look back on it, it wasn't as bad as it seemed at the time, but I look back on it kind of fondly because it just I don't hold any grudges against my first wife, or my second wife, or my third wife when I get her. I don't hold any grudges. Anyway, so we decided to go camping. We found it, and we had no planning whatsoever. We did not plan. We did not know where we were going to go. Nothing. We just. Her father had a VW bus.
Okay.
That's where I'm going with this. Much like the one on the left. So, the old style VW bus, and I've never driven one of those. And so her father said, yes, you can take it. Now, here's the problem. The first problem was her brother, who was a slug and a leech, leached off her parents all the time, and he refused to give up the bus.
Oh.
But he had to give up the bus because he promised it to us. So we drive from her father's house we're coming to home, which was, where did we live? Chambers Hill.
Okay.
And we get now she lived up in Perry County.
Okay.
So we get on the highway out here at the bridge.
Okay.
And ran out of gas. Her brother gave us just enough gas to run out on a bridge, and we didn't realize it, but we were on the. I mean, there was no gas stations between there and here back then. So after a while, we got gas and put it in a car and loaded the car up and headed to New Jersey.
Oh wow!
So we were going to New Jersey to the beach.
Okay.
And we were going to tour New Jersey back in 1986. And my goal was, as a kid, I remember certain things I did in New Jersey I wanted to do. I wanted to relive those. And I wanted to go to Brigantine. I wanted to, when I was a kid, there was a place in New Jersey where somebody sculpted all these bushes on their land into different things. One thing they sculpted was a baseball game going on. So they had people at each base and all that stuff. I wanted to see that again. Well, guess what? It's not there anymore.
Wow.
It was sad. I didn't know. And anyway, we went there and we tried to find a campground, and we found a campground after a while off the Black Horse Pike. Everything's off the Black Horse Pike. And we found a place to camp and plugged everything in. And to say I was miserable would be an understatement because I like convenience more than inconvenience. And sleeping in that VW bus was horrible. Horrible. And we couldn't really have sex because it was really small. It was really, really cramped quarters. So we did what we did, but we had no money, so we couldn't really do anything. When like the one day we went out and we were walking around the campgrounds, this one little kid I remember had found a snake. And he was, look at this snake, look at this snake. And it bit him on the hand. And it's like, I don't know if it's poisonous or not. I don't know if there's any poisonous snakes in New Jersey. I know there's a lot of snakes in New Jersey. because I had a lot of wrestling promotions. I didn't see anybody specifically talking about snakes, so I'm just saying the wrestling world in itself has a lot of snakes. Anyway, so then we found this really cool old man who had a really nice trailer there, like a travel trailer, and he invited us in, and he played chess.
Okay.
Now, there was a time, when I was really, really, really good at chess, I could beat you blindfolded. Almost.
You could do that now.
Well, anyway, I used to be able to play 3 and 4 boards at a time and beat them all. And I used to play against my cousin, who was very, very intelligent, and he kept trying to beat me, and he couldn't beat me. And whenever he would get close to me beating him, he would just turn the table over, and I'd put it back up, and I'd put each piece where it was before he tilted the table, and that would really make him mad. Anyway, at one time, I was really good. I'm not saying I'm good anymore. I'm saying at one time. Anyway, I beat him every time. He was awesome. And he was a really nice guy. I enjoyed that part of the trip. And overall, it was okay. It was, but it was really a horrible trip overall. On the way back, we went to go over the bridge.
And you ran out of gas again.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, we ran out of money.
Oh, gee.
We couldn't pay the tolls.
Oh.
I actually had to beg for money to go over the tolls.
Wow.
It was not my finest moment, but I was successful in my begging and got us home. So.
That doesn't sound quite as bad as my first honeymoon, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
Mine was November of '87. The end of November.
Not much further from
about a year later. And I had asked my parents to borrow their camper.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
You should have asked me. I would have told you not to do the camping.
And I was told no because, one, it was winter.
Oh, well.
And my dad had already winterized the camper, so he wasn't going to undo it. And there would have been no heat. And I was pregnant with morning sickness out the butt.
Oh, jeez.
So what ended up happening was my parents rented us a room at a little hotel in State College.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's where my parents spent their wedding night. That's where him and I spent ours.
Oh, that's going to be a good memory.
Yeah. Well, the best part of the memory was he had called Domino's for pizza to be delivered because we were hungry, and I couldn't eat it because it was making me sick. So when we went to get our overnight bags, his was stuffed full of Rice Krispies and mine wasn't.
Oh.
Because they couldn't find mine.
That's funny. I don't know. All right, so it says here, it's back to the VW bus. It is an all-electric bus. It says vehicle is supposed to be out in 2022 for the United States, Europe, and China. The ID bus concept is the most beautiful and most exciting electric car in the world. I have to say that's not true, because I think my car is, and I think it's a cool car, but I'm saying if I had a choice between my car and that car, I certainly would take my car. Anyway, here is oh good, they have a video for it. I didn't notice that. Let's see what the video says. Wait, that says, that doesn't look like a video of a bus. Does a flexible arm? That can't be it. Wonder what they're advertising. Oh, skip ad. There we go. The bus is really cool looking. I mean, I think it's going to do really well. And actually, the specs on it are really not that bad. The specs on it are really kind of good for what it is. It's, let's see here. I I guess they didn't really give me anything on that video. That video sucked. Let's see here. Okay, so it's designed to recall the original Type 2 microbus without mimicking it. The ID Buzz concept has won several awards in the months. Now, I've talked about this before. So this is not anything new. This is just an update on it. And basically, the front V bodywork calls back for a two-tone processor, predecessor of the original bus. The ID Buzz carries a light strip that surrounds the vehicle and gives it a unique visual signature. The LED lights have hexagonal segments that act as eyes to communicate the vehicle status with these near-zero body overhangs and 22-inch wheels, which are bigger than my wheels. My wheels are 20 because I wanted my 22, but I couldn't get them. The ID Buzz manages to have well, I want to see, here's the important part. The first VW bus sold in the United States was 1950 and had all of 30 horsepower. The ID Bus concept sports a 369 horsepower electric motor on each axle, which provides it with a all-wheel drive. So it's going to be an all-wheel drive vehicle, which is kind of cool. And it also says that it has 111 kilowatt battery pack, so that's going to be more than I have on mine. And the chassis will provide nearly 300 miles of estimated range. So that's not much more than I get. It says using the VW fast charge system, it can recharge about 80% of its energy in about 30 minutes at 150 kilowatts. That actually is pretty interesting that it's doing that. That's equal to the Supercharger 3 that is coming out for the Tesla. But unlike the original microbus, the design and engineering, it says here, gives ample space for passengers or cargo. The ID Buzz, I'm looking for, here it is, offers a preview of the autonomous technology that VW will develop for future models, fully named ID Pilot, that could go in production by 2025. Basically, it has a fold-away steering wheel, so it'll be out of the way. And I think if this one, I'm checking to see, is this the one that has the seats that actually turn around so you can face the other way and talk to
wow,
people.
like captain's chairs.
I think this is the one that originally had that. It says here, from fold-away steering wheel and pop-up laser scanners in the roof to a heads-up display that integrates augmented reality. It doesn't have any problems with being innovative. It says here, the ID Buzz stands for the new Volkswagen. We're fully committed to the future of mobility, and we want to reignite America's love for VW. That could do it. I think it actually looks like a pretty cool vehicle. I wouldn't mind having it because it has pretty much everything you need in a vehicle like that. And I'm sure the price is not going to be anywhere near what I paid for my car, but the technology also isn't anywhere near what my car cost either. So I want to see if it can. It originally looked like it was going to be. Checking to see if the price is. Let's see. It doesn't say the price, but I'll tell you, it looks pretty cool. It's not. It's probably going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be around. I'm guessing it's going to be around 80, give or take, and that's really not bad for what it is. And but by 2025, who knows what it'll be?
True.
It may be a lot less. It may be more. I think it'll be somewhere in that ballpark, though, that of 80 to, I'm thinking 60 to 80, because VW generally doesn't cost a ton. Now, how much is this ID rooms? I guess that would be. Let's see if it says. Now that also is going to have autonomous technology too. I don't think it says though. I don't think it gives the price. No, it doesn't give the price. So, I don't know. It could be interesting. Are you going to go now? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess I'm going to do this. We don't need you. Ha. See? Actually, I think I'll keep the screen so that when there's no video, I'll just keep it up.
There you go.
Without changing it. And when there's a video, I'll switch it over. So, anyway, so that does that. Oh yeah, this one. Stick around for just this. Leave after this. Doctor began CPR on California synagogue victim. Now, first off, did you hear about this? The synagogue out in California, somebody came in and shot people.
I heard something about it.
Okay.
But I didn't
Well, how would you like this? The doctor began CPR on a woman killed in Saturday's shooting at the Southern California synagogue. He fainted when he realized that the person he was trying to save was his wife. He thought he was saving just another person and he finds out that it was his wife. That has got to be devastating.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think that you're trying to help somebody. It's good he found out after, because I mean, I think that if it happened, well, I can't say what I would have done if it was me, because when I found Pam, I would have done anything.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I just think the idea of the person saving his own, or trying to save his own wife, that's going to be hard. That's going to be really hard.
Especially when it's a doctor and...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's different if you're a doctor and you're saving somebody else, but now you have this emotional tie to...
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's got to be a very difficult thing to have to deal with, and it saddened me to think that could even happen. It's just unbelievable to think that you're doing what you can, and some idiot comes in and decides he wants to kill people, and one of them is your wife, and you don't even know it after you are trying to save her. Don't even know. And then you have the guilt. I could have maybe done something different, you know.
Wow.
So.
No evidence would say that he was part of any organized white supremacist group. However, online, the gunman himself describes himself as an anti-Semite who praised the shootings in Pittsburgh last year and the mosque attack in New Zealand. Last night, police searched a home in Rancho Penasquitos where the 19-year-old alleged gunman lives with his parents. He is a nursing student at nearby Cal State San Marcos. The sheriff says police are reviewing an open letter he posted online slamming President Trump, the Jewish faith, and conservatives. Quoting, "To family and friends, I can already hear voices. How would you throw your life away? I'd rather die or go to prison than not stop this evil," unquote. Witnesses described the gunman as around 5'8", sunglasses, wearing a tactical vest. Also, he had multiple magazines. At around 11:20 yesterday, he entered the synagogue, they say, shooting an assault rifle. 6 shots, a pause, another burst. The sheriff believes the weapon jammed at that point. Some say he screamed anti-Semitic.
They are lucky that gun jammed itself.
Remarks. Others say he didn't.
We didn't hear him screaming or saying anything. He was just focused to kill. You see, we saw the hate and we saw the murder in his eyes. And he had a vest, and he had like clips in the vest. You know, he was ready. He was ready. He came in to kill.
The victim, a 60-year-old woman who died shielding the rabbi from gunshots. He was shot in the hand. Also, a 34-year-old man had shrapnel wounds to his legs trying to protect several children.
He grabbed all the kids in his hands, okay, and just running towards the exit.
What a scary thing.
And then he saw another kid over there. He went to grab the other kid. He grabbed him and started running, and then the shooter shot him in the leg. He didn't care. He kept on running with the kids and just ran out. They all ran out.
The other hero here, an off-duty Border Patrol agent, a member of the synagogue, also part of their security team. He retrieved, according to an official I know, a hidden weapon, handgun, here at the synagogue. He intervened, firing several shots, hitting the suspect's car as he fled. The suspect calls 911, admitting to what he did, giving his location, then confronted by a San Diego police unit. The officer says, hands up or I'll shoot. He gets out of the car, surrenders, the rifle still in the front seat. A vigil last night hosted by a nearby church. President Trump calling this a hate crime.
It is a hate
his
crime.
Sympathies to the synagogue as well as his condolences to the family. At this point, the suspect is booked in local county jail. 1 count of murder, 3 counts of attempted murder.
Unbelievable. You know, it just doesn't make sense why somebody would just hate people that bad, that type of people, not just a people, but just, I can't understand why there are people that hate so much. It's so unreal for me, because I just can't imagine hating someone or a group of people so bad that you're going to try to kill them, and in their own church of all places. There used to be, when I was a kid, the safest place you could ever be is in a church. And nowadays, that's not the case. Now, there's no place that's really safe. And it's sad. It's sad that they had to see this. And it just is, there's just no words that can really tell you, you know, how it is. I mean, how to feel and all that. So off to a pleasant, no, not really, a pleasant story. No. Conditions improving for zookeeper who was attacked by a tiger at the Topeka Zoo. You know, tigers are not friendly. There's a reason they are tigers. They want to kill you. That's what they're taught to do. They're taught to kill people and things. Anything that isn't them. Anything that isn't a tiger. The director of the Topeka Zoo says the zookeeper was attacked by a Sumatran tiger. He remains in intensive care, but she remains in intensive care, but her prognosis for recovery is good. Zookeeper was attacked Saturday while the outdoor tiger habitat at Sanjiv, a 7-year-old male tiger. The Topeka Capital Journal reports Zoo Director Brendan Wiley and the zookeeper were talking Saturday night, and Wiley said she remained in intensive care Sunday, but could be transferred out of the unit soon. The woman has worked at the zoo since 2002 and has several years' experience with tigers. Not enough, though. The zoo has no plans to euthanize Sanjiv, who was back on display Sunday. I don't know. When you work with tigers, you get what you get. They're wild animals. That's why they're called wild, because they don't have any rules that they're going to live by as far as we're concerned. And I just think it's weird to think about being that close. I wouldn't be anywhere near the tiger. I'd wait until he went somewhere else and lock him in there, and then I would do what I got to do. I'm not going to be anywhere near him. So, South Carolina schoolgirl. That sounds like a porno movie or something. The South Carolina schoolgirl. But this isn't as happy as that. This schoolgirl was found dead. She died of natural causes. So, all right, I'm waiting for this thing to load right. There we go. What's going on? Stop. All right. Says Walter Borough, South Carolina. South Carolina authorities said Friday that the death of a 5th grade schoolgirl last month was due to natural causes and not a fight with another student. See, I can't imagine that being true, because they feel that there was a fight, and a 6-year-old girl just doesn't die of natural causes. I mean, if it wasn't a fight, she wouldn't be dead. So I really think that that's, I mean, I don't know how you would charge a kid, but it's something that they really need to figure out, that the kid probably didn't die of natural causes. It's not like the kid was running and had a heart attack. But it says here as described, which they described as lasting only seconds. The family of the girl disagreed, saying that she was repeatedly antagonized by the other student. They said at a press conference that 10-year-old Raina Wright died of a congenital condition called arterial venous malformation, which is a tangle of abnormal blood vessels in the brain. Raina had been taken to the hospital after complaining about headaches after 2 weeks before she died. Medical records said that she showed that she had been to the doctor 7 times in the past 2 years because of the headaches. Okay, there's a lawsuit right there. The lawsuit, it may be with the doctor, but she does have a lawsuit because they didn't see that. And somebody's going to have to pay for that. In this case, the science is clear. Okay, adding that. No, okay, if this is the case, all right, I definitely agree that maybe criminal charges are not really needed for that. But I think that the doctor needs to take some responsibility that, you know, they weren't able to at least determine that there was a problem ahead of time. Let's see here. Now the Supreme Court is going to have to talk about the LGBT community. So let me start this over again. Oh, stop. All right, start this over again. It says we'll decide whether employment discrimination laws apply to the LGBT community. This is going to be a pretty landmark case, I think, because the LGBT community has often been denied things. The justices say we'll hear cases involving people who claim they were fired because of their sexual orientation. That would really suck. Another case involves a funeral home employee who was fired after disclosing that she was transitioning from male to female and dressed as a woman. This is really a very big deal, and the LGBT community has been waiting for an answer on this for some time, because it is discrimination. If you're getting fired because you are going from male to female, dressing as a female, and you're a male or whatever, who cares what you dress like? It doesn't affect your performance at work. And I just think that that's really needs to be clarified in the courts. And if the courts call this wrong, I think there will be issues. But who am I? I don't know anything. Let's see what else it says. Cases will be argued in the fall, with decisions most likely June of 2020. So we're talking about at least a year of being in the courts. The issue is whether Title VII of the Federal Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits sex discrimination, applies to or protects LGBT people from job discrimination. You know, at one time you couldn't be, you probably couldn't get a job if you were black, or you couldn't get a job if you were a woman, or you couldn't get a job if you were a black woman. Now we have things that you can't get a job if you're a male to female transgender or female to male transgender. It's so much discrimination is out there that something's going to happen. Title V does not specifically mention sexual orientation or transgender status. So I don't know where we're going to be with that, but we may see something come out of it. Federal appeals courts in Chicago and New York have ruled recently that gay and lesbian employees are entitled to protection from discrimination. I think all people should be entitled for protection from discrimination. So with the strengthened conservative majority, the question is whether the Supreme Court will do the same. That does scare me a bit, because with Trump's people in there, it may be a problem. So I am curious as to where we're going to end up with that, because it would be sad if that was the situation. And it could be pretty much the situation. Oh, I forgot that this is one I wanted for Trish, but she left. Says here, I hope she listens to the show. I think this will be, listens to this part of the show, because this will be really important to her. Dolphins discovered on Florida beach with bags of trash in the belly. So that is kind of weird to think that could even happen. I would have never thought that I'd see anything like that in my day. So it could be interesting, but why are, I mean, that means that people are throwing garbage out in the ocean, and that's kind of weird and sad at the same time, you know, to think that people don't respect, and I know people don't respect things. People are just not respecting just about everything out there, and to think that it's not just affecting people, but it is affecting everyone, every animal, everything. So, oh, that's stupid. It gave me the wrong clip. That's not what I wanted. Let's see if the clip is in here. I don't see it anywhere. Well, that's stupid. They clipped us. They gave us the wrong clip to what was. Let's check this out. Maybe this is it. Okay. All right. What's going on here? Oh wow, that is not at all what I wanted to see. So, okay, go ahead. Oh, you're not gonna let me. Am I gonna have a problem with this? You're not gonna let me see Fox News? That's kind of weird. You're automatically. You know, I'm so sick of this freaking of Comcast. I'll tell the story after I'm done with some of these news stories, but it is really crazy, some of the stuff that they've been doing lately. And I am so sick of them. I just would love to dump Comcast so bad. But nothing I can do about it. I wonder if I can do it this way. I'm going to try searching, because this is a good story. Well, I mean, it's not a good story. If you're a dolphin, especially, it's not a good story. Let me see. All right. All right, we'll do it from CNN. Let's do it from here. See if, oh, that's a Fox. No, it's not. WGAL. Okay. Well, they don't have a video there. All right, I'll do it. Wildlife officials are asking citizens to reduce single-use plastic consumption after a dolphin who had a stomach full of garbage passed away after being found stranded on Florida beach. I can't think of any animal that besides dogs, that I would be really upset about that happening to more than a dolphin. Because dolphins are just cool creatures. I don't think I know anyone that hates dolphins, and I just hate people that litter, and even people that litter in the like movie theaters that refuse to take their popcorn containers to the garbage and their drink containers. Those are the kind of people that probably, more than likely, throw the garbage in the water and out on the ground and stuff like that. It's just really sad, you know. According to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, the female rough-toothed dolphin was found stranded on Fort Myers Beach Tuesday. It revealed that a dolphin had a stomach full of trash, including part of a rubber balloon and 2 plastic bags. Although significant findings, there are several additional factors to consider, such as underlying illness, sickness, disease, maternal separation, and the final cause of stranding and death for the dolphin to be determined. So, but they have pictures here of some of the stuff they saw in its gut, And I'll set that link up so you can see it. So there are some of the things that they found in the pictures. I'm going to see if I can make them pictures even bigger. Doesn't look like it. But that's just really, really wrong. Oh, that's their Facebook page. That's sad. Dolphins are good people. Just as good as any people that I know of. And here you go. This is a good, pleasant story. You're driving along the road, and all of a sudden you see all this money, and you take it, and you run with it. Michigan's authorities asking people to return portions of the $30,000 that fell on the side of the road. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen. I'm sure there's a lot of honest people that would be just ready to give that money back because they don't want to be dishonest. I can pretty much be assured that if I got away with $30,000, I wouldn't give it back because I've had enough things happen to me. I don't know. It just seems weird that they even had $30,000 laying on the road somewhere, and finders keepers in this case. Anyway, let's see what they say here as soon as the video comes up.
$30,000 in cash was in a cardboard box when it fell off the back of a truck in Grand Haven. Loose bills were blowing in the wind along US 31 south of Coho Drive last night around 9 o'clock. Officers and witnesses collected $2,400 from the road.
24
the owner
out of 30.
told police he accidentally left the box on top of the bumper and drove off. Well, we went to Grand Haven tonight, and we didn't find any money, but people are still talking about what they would do if they found part of that 30 grand.
Yeah, if they're smart enough not to secure it, I'd probably keep it.
I would.
I don't know. I'd have to be in the position. I really can't. I can't tell you. I'd probably return it.
Oh, yeah, sure. You would
My
not.
conscience would get the best of me.
I doubt that
Police
you
say
would.
they have picked up all of the remaining loose money, and they're asking treasure hunters not to stop or walk in the traffic lanes.
Oh, man, that's got to be a great story, though. Can you imagine telling your boss, oh, by the way, I lost all the money. I accidentally dropped it on, put it on my bumper. And ooh, that would be an issue, I think. So, oh, those people, they crack me up. Let's see what else we got here. That's the authorities. Okay, that. Okay. This story here is kind of strange, and I never heard of it called this before, so I'll try to explain it the best I can. Minnesota moves towards banning conversion therapy, but it's still legal in many states. If you never heard of conversion therapy, I never heard of it either. But conversion therapy is apparently something that happens a lot. Minnesota is the latest state to move towards making so-called conversion therapy illegal. Now, once you hear this, you may want to agree with this. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is a video clip. Wow. I didn't think there was a video clip with this. I may have to play this video clip because it'll be a whole lot easier for them to... it says here, boy erased looks at gay conversion therapy. So this is kind of what it is. It's kind of like talking people out of being what they feel that they are. So if you're gay, telling people you're not gay, you know, the religious community tends to do that.
Boy, you can live under this roof if you're going to fundamentally go against God.
Lucas Hedges is a teen trying to figure out
Is this not going to play?
his sexuality in Boy Erased, based on Jared Conley's memoir.
I love God, and I love my son. For your father, it's a little more complicated.
We are not finished. I am, because you won't listen.
Russell Crowe and Nicole Kidman play his parents, who send him to conversion therapy.
You cannot be born.
Now, I never heard of this before this came out, so I was shocked that this is even something that happens, but I guess I knew it happened.
You're homosexual. This is the lie. It's your choice.
Joel Edgerton was so taken.
So they're saying that, like, homosexuality is a choice. It's something that you choose to do. It's not what you were born to be. Same with transgenders, same with Trump supporters, same with all these things. Maybe not Trump
By
supporters.
Conley's book, he found himself writing a screenplay and wound up directing and co-starring in the film.
And it was like I was being sort of pulled along by how I felt about the memoir, to the point where eventually there was no question. I started contacting actors, and then we were looking for finance, and before you knew it, we were on set. So it was, each step of the way I was
It
being
was so rapid. I mean, when he would call me, he sounded possessed. And as someone who's an artist who was possessed by the story, you know, myself, I recognized it in Joel.
Who's gonna strike this demon down? Hit it!
That's so weird to think that they would do the demon thing, thinking that that is what's going to make it different. If the person just would just admit that the issue is not real, and that they can save themselves by just whatever going to the other side. I don't know. I just think that's sad that we're talking about something like this, but we almost have to because it happens in everyday life now. And people always think that...
Medical associations have cited the harmful effects of conversion therapy, which is banned in 14 U.S. states and dozens of cities.
I didn't have any specific idea in my mind of what it looked like. I just knew that somewhere out there it existed. And honestly, the idea of like a vague idea of it is almost like nothing at all.
You may have to walk away from everything, everyone.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
So weird to think about. It is really weird to think about that there is such a thing as conversion therapy, and that they don't believe that you're this or that, or that you're not the norm to them. So that must mean that Satan or something is the reason for it. It is truly out there, and there are truly people that believe that is the case. So, I don't know, it scares me a bit, because that is the situation that people want everybody to believe their way, or the highway. So, this is a weird one. So a crane from a Seattle company crushed cars and killed a college student, a Marine, and 2 others. That is so strange to me, to think that happens in this day and age, that people are now dead because somebody didn't do their job correctly, apparently.
From the Investigations Bureau, our homicide unit, our traffic collision investigation squad, and our crime scene investigation squad will work with the Washington State Department of Labor and Industries. We will help process the scene and assist them with collecting the evidence to do their investigation.
The crane was at the campus. It collapsed. It's still under investigation on why it collapsed. The first crane accident since 2006. So it's really strange to think that would even happen in this world that we live in nowadays, because, you know, we're always looking for the reason why things happen, but you would think that at this day and age, those kind of things wouldn't happen. There would be safety checks or something that would keep it from happening. But apparently not, at least not in this particular situation, because here we see, you know, people are no longer with us because of this. So I don't know. I just think it's really strange, and sadly people have died because of it. So I don't know. So I thought I'd tell this story, this true story, by the way, about Comcast. Comcast is a great idea, but they have a hard time pulling off what they do, and that is pleasing the customer. And I have a problem with them because they, I've spent over probably 5 or 6 hours in the past 4 days on the phone with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. On the past 5 days, I've spent a total of probably 5 to 6 hours on the phone with them, and rarely got didn't get anything that I asked for. Originally, I just wanted to take my cell phone from Sprint to them because I figured $48 is a good deal for a cell phone versus I think I pay $71 or $72 now. And I thought I could use $30 a month. That's a win for me. So I set up an account with them. And now I got to say, I'm going to take some responsibility for this because it's not all their fault, but a big part is. So I started this back in, I want to say November. I started my journey of wanting to get my cell coverage through them. Now I thought that's got to be a pretty good deal because, you know, who doesn't want to save money? Who doesn't? So first thing I did was I got the information and I took my phone, went into the local Xfinity store, and I said, I want to do this. So I go through and I was going to buy a brand new phone, was going to do all the fun stuff that is involved with it, and I figured I'd get the phone that I wanted. But when I got there, after I chose the phone that I needed, that I wanted, it didn't really pan out the way I expected it to. So I went to the cashier to get my new phone set up, and wouldn't you know, they said, I can't do it there. They said, I don't know why, but you can't do it here. It's saying you have to do it online. I said, why? Why is that? Why can't we do my phone? It's got to be something simple to get the phone and to do it. And they said, nope, you got to do it online. All right, well, okay. So I went home and I just thought about it. I thought, well, this is a pain in the butt, but you know, I'll do what they say. And I got online and I ordered the SIM chip, and that was the last I thought of it. Well, comes January, I still don't have a SIM chip. So I go back on there and I say, can't we speed this thing up? Can't we get this thing working? And they said, well, you need to. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. First that was okay. I'm sorry. I ordered a new phone, and the phone came. I refused the phone because it wasn't the phone I thought it was. It was a smaller phone. I wanted the bigger phone. They told me to refuse it and then reorder the new one. So I refused that. I reordered. I went to reorder the new one, and it had to be ordered by December 31st. And I didn't want to order the new one until I knew that they got the old one back. And therefore, I lost the rebate that they were giving for a new phone. So then in January, I went back to them and I said, okay, well, I can't get that. Do you have any other deals? They said, if you bring your own phone, you get $100 back. I said, oh, that sounds good. I'll take that. So I thought that would be good. And I went into the store and they tried to do the SIM chip. And we had everything ready to go. We had all the stuff that we needed to do was done, except that my phone was locked, and I had to unlock the phone before I could do it, and I could do it online at home. That's when I went home, and I ordered the SIM chip, was waiting for the SIM chip, never got it. So a couple months later, I already set up my account. A couple months later, I noticed that I'm being charged. They're charging me for a cell phone I don't have. Sounds like Verizon. Sounds like the deal Verizon did with me where they messed me up and destroyed my credit over $200 that they didn't deserve because they didn't do anything for. Anyway, back to this. So then recently I decided I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. I went back online. I ordered the chip and forgot all about it. A couple weeks later, the chip, this advertisement shows up. I'll show you the advertisement. This advertisement shows up. Xfinity. Let's see here. Where is it? There it is. Xfinity Mobile. It's here. And I'm thinking, oh, why would they possibly send me this when I've been trying to get set up with an Xfinity for how long, and they didn't ever send me the card? Well, I opened it up, and there was a card in there, the SIM card. So I got the card. Well, I had gotten one of these months ago. I got one of these things before, and I thought it was just an ad to sign up. It's not. It's an ad that tells you the SIM card is right here. That's my fault. Okay, I can deal with that. So I took the chip out, and I looked at it, and last Friday night, I wanted to activate it. No, this was a week ago. I wanted to activate it. I get the person on the phone. They said, okay, you can do this. We'll work with you and make it work. And we went through the steps. We made sure the account was there. We made sure everything was ready. And she said, the phone's unlocked, right? And I said, I don't know. What's that mean? She told me you have to call Sprint to unlock the phone. Oh, I said, no, I didn't do that. She said, that's fine. We'll take care of you. Well, let's do it together. And we made a conference call to Sprint to have the phone unlocked. Well, it just so happened that I got my new cable modem at the same day, and I set it up a couple hours before the that's a whole other thing. A couple hours before this conversation, and as luck would have it, in the middle of the call, we get the Sprint person on, and we're ready to go, and we're ready to unlock the phone, and we got the account number and everything, and I have a cable outage, and my phone went down. So now, this girl that was great to work with from Comcast, and I say that sparingly, this person was really good at Comcast. I lost her, and I forgot her name, and I knew I wasn't going to get her back. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to table this for now. So I called back a couple days later. I think I called back a week later, I'm going to say. And when I called back a week later, here's what happened. When I called back, first off, before I called back a week later, I called Sprint and unlocked the phone. And I waited until I got a notification that the phone was unlocked, because I knew that it was going to be that way. And she goes, well, the lady from Sprint said it's going to take 3 to 5 days, or it's going to take 3 days to unlock, and they had it unlocked like in 2. So Sunday it was unlocked. So I called back Sunday to Xfinity. All right, so now we've got a phone that's unlocked. We've got the SIM chip, and it should be an easy process to get the phone set up. Wrong. It is not going to work that easily. I should have known that. I should have known it never is that easy. I get the person on the phone. I put the SIM chip in. I'm ready to activate. All I need is to activate. It says activate, because I already got the account set up. And the person on the phone says, I can't activate this. I said, why can't you activate? She goes, there's a flag on your account. I said, why is there a flag on my account? She said, there's a flag on your account showing security issues. I said, well, what security issues? She goes, I don't know. I said, what do you mean? You're telling me security issues. Well, you got to tell me what security issue we're talking about. Then she said, my social security number does not match my birthday. My head almost exploded. I couldn't believe they were actually saying this. I said, what do you mean? What number do you have? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I can give you the number. I gave you the number already. And she goes, I don't know. She goes, well, let's get this resolved. There's got to be a resolution to this. I mean, there's got to be something. And she got a hold of the securities department. This phone call took 40 minutes of being on hold, and nobody ever answered. It just kept going on and on. So I hung up and called again. Got another person. They said the same thing. They said there's a security breach or whatever it is. And I said, well, explain to me what this is. I don't understand. How could there be a problem with my Social Security number and my birthday? There can't be. There cannot be a problem. I've had an account with Comcast since 1993. If there was a problem, I would have known about it by now. I should have known about it by now. So where's the issue? And I started getting really frustrated and losing my cool a little bit. But she said, well, let's get the security people on the phone. All right, so here's what the problem ended up being, or at least one of the problems ended up being. I had several email addresses. One email address is TTRS. I use that for Trash Talking Radio. I have one that says Mike Trash at Comcast. I use that for personal. I have one that is the one they assigned me when I got the account. I have one that says my full first name with my middle initial in it. I forgot I even had that one. I didn't even know that one still existed. I have one about the Uncle Sam Band. And I have one other one. And they said that these two are an issue. They said the one other one that I have and Trash Talking were issues. Well, I said, well, I didn't even know I had the Trash Talking anymore. I'll just delete that. Then we can be okay with that one, which I did. And then they wanted me to change the password on the other one. Okay, easy enough. I changed the password on the other one. I said, it's done. Now, can we do it? They said, no. We have to wait. I said, what are we waiting for? Because the system doesn't update for several hours. Now, this is about 2 or 3 hours, or 2 to 2.5 hours into the second call that day. And I finally just said, fine. I waited this long to get a Comcast phone. I'll wait a couple more. I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll call tomorrow. So tomorrow is yesterday. So yesterday, I finally thought, this is going to work. This is going to be everything that I'm going to be okay with everything. And I called again. There's a security breach on your account, they said. I said, well, how could there be a security breach? We dealt with this yesterday. I was told it's clear. I was told by the people in your securities department it was cleared. Then they said the Social Security and birthday thing again. And I said, you guys are nuts, and you're driving me crazy. All I want is to freaking add a phone to my bill, which you've been billing me for 4 months anyway. So apparently my money's good enough that you can take my money, but for some reason, it's not good enough to let me use the phone that I'm paying for with your system. Well, after probably an hour, maybe a little more, we couldn't resolve or come to I went back and forth to the securities department again and couldn't get a resolution. And then they finally said, we're going to override the system. I said, all right, we finally got somewhere. They said, yeah, it's going to be 3 to 5 days and then we can set you up. I said, 3 to 5 days? Why 3 to 5 days? Because I got to do this and that and this and that. I said, 3 to 5 days? You're telling me it's going to take me 3 to 5 days just to turn the phone on? I said, you guys are nuts. You realize you're nuts. This isn't customer service. Customer service means you're going to take care of the customer. You have not taken care of me at all. I've spent 5 hours on the phone with you people, and I just cannot understand what is going on. Well, they said, we're sorry, but it's going to take 3 to 5 days. I said, you know what? Cancel it. I don't want your cell phone. I'm going to go back to Sprint where I don't have to deal with this crap. It's worth the extra money not to have to deal with you guys. And so just cancel it. Credit me for the money that you stole from me, because it was good enough to take my money, but you just won't give me the service. So you can't really explain that, can you? You can't explain that you've been taking my money since January, but you won't give me service. So just cancel it. I don't need your service that bad. I'm going to stick with Sprint. They said they just said, no, wait, we want 3 to 5 days. I said, I'm not waiting 3 to 5 days. So I hung up, very, very mad, very unhappy with their service, and I thought, I just don't want to deal with this. So this morning I get an email from them. This is a great email, and I thought this was here it is. The email says, "Hi, Michael. Your payment cannot be processed. We have been unable to charge your Visa for your monthly Xfinity mobile services. To avoid service interruption, please verify your info or add a new card before May 1st. When I heard that, or when I read that on my cell phone, I about blew a gasket, because not only did you not cancel my service like I asked you to, you're now sending me emails telling me that you're not going to give me service, which you weren't giving me before, because my Social Security number doesn't match my birthday, apparently." So I gave up with them and decided life goes on, and I'm not going to worry about it, except that I needed to do one more thing. I bought a modem, a brand new modem, for the radio show. And I bought this really cool modem. It has 2 outputs, so you can have 2 networks going on at the same time. It also has gigabyte ability. So I thought, all right, that's cool. We can do that. Well, I got it set up on Friday, and it's been working okay. But I wanted to get more bandwidth because of this radio show, because we're running 5 streams, and I figured the only way I'm going to run 5 streams successfully is to get faster, better equipment. So we set it up. I set it up with the Comcast, and everything was working. And everything's working on a slower speed now. I thought today I'm going to increase my channels that I get so I can watch TV, because I really have basic cable. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to up my speed of my internet. And the thing about that is that they have a deal for $160 where you buy all the channels that they have, plus it gives you the fastest speed, gigabyte speed. And I thought, oh boy, here we go. This is what I want. I called them up and I said, this is what I want. They said, I can't give it to you. Why can't you give it to me? Because you didn't use the right modem. I said, well, this modem says it's been approved by Xfinity. They said, yes, it has been approved by Xfinity. Well, why can't I use my modem? Because you have to buy the package that has voice. I said, well, can't you just say I have voice? No. That costs $13 a month that you're going to be charged because you don't have voice. I said, wait a minute, you're going to charge me $13 a month for not taking a service of voice. What kind of sense is that? And he couldn't explain it to me. I said, you're telling me that you're not going to give me the service, the triple tier service, the triple play service, because I didn't buy a modem that has voice. They said, yeah, take the modem back and get the other one that does have voice, and we can take care of it. I said, but this one works fine. There's nothing wrong with this one. It's brand new. It's better than the other one because I can run 2 networks on it. Nope, won't work. They won't let me do it. I said, you won't let me have the triple play, even though I only want double play, because I don't have a need for a phone. I said, who has phones in their home anymore besides cell phones? It's rare. We have one in the studio, but I mean, rare that we actually see that happen. So I was very lost. I couldn't understand that. They said, well, I just can't do it. I said, okay, well, what do you got in double play? Because I can buy the internet and the channels. Well, they said, we have this. It costs more than the triple play. I said, you're going to give me 2 things, and it's going to cost me more money I don't think that makes sense. You're charging me more for less. Well, they said that's what we can do for you. I said, well, okay. What if we get something with more channels at a cheaper price? And basically, it came out to really almost the same price for a lot less. And then they, instead of getting all the movie channels, I think you get some foreign stars or something like that, and not HBO. I said, well, I want HBO. That's the only one I care about. They said, for that, you have to get this, and it costs more than the triple play. So then I said, what about, can I get my gigabyte internet access? And what I have now, what's that going to cost me? It's going to end up costing me more money than triple play. It's unreal. I was so furious. So I said, okay, all right, I'll do that. Then said, no, wait a minute, I can't do your, I got to have someone come out to install the modem that I already installed. And I said, why do you have to have someone come out? Well, they have to check the lines, and they're going to charge you $50. I said, for what? I've already got this. I already did it. It's working. Everything works great. Well, we still have to have it. I said, well, why? He couldn't give me a good reason. So I said, okay, what's the best internet you can give me without having somebody come into my house? Well, it was one step up from what I had. And it is better because I can tell you right now I haven't seen any buffering on any of the systems, so it is better. But it's going to end up costing me about the same or just a little less than the triple play. Well, here's the clincher now. They have forced me into canceling. I'm going to do this tomorrow, I think. I'm going to cancel all my channels, and I'm going to get it through Sling TV. Because I don't see any reason to pay all this kind of money for it. It's ridiculous. They're giving me less for paying more. So I'll end up getting rid of that, and I'll end up paying probably, I think, $70 a month for the internet. And I think that Sling TV costs, I want to say, $40 a month, if I'm not mistaken. And it gives me more channels. And the only thing I'm not getting is HBO, which I can add through HBO itself. So for less money, I'm going to get more channels. And I'm going to say, F you, Xfinity. I don't need your channels. And screw you. If I could get rid of, I told him when I hung up that I'm going to look in at Fios and see if that Fios has a deal that's better. I don't know if Fios hits in my area or not. I'll have to check, but I don't really want to go to Fios. I really was happy with Comcast up until the past couple of weeks. Usually what they would do is they would randomly decide to raise my internet and not tell me, and then I do auto pay through my bill payer service. And I'm usually paying a little more than I'm supposed to. But then after 2 years or whatever, it's like I'll look at my bill and it's supposed to be $130, and then that one day, that 1 month, it all of a sudden drives up to $250, and I'm like, where did this come from? They just decided to raise my rates. They've done that to me so many times that I finally just asked for a basic package with HBO and told them screw that. So I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to let you go with that story. Yeah, it's a heck of a story, but there's nothing I can do about it. They will not play ball with me, and they will not work with me, and so I just decided that I don't need them anymore. I decided I can get more for less and screw them. But, hey, I know somewhere down the road I'm going to say, okay, that was the right thing to do, but right now I'm doing it out of anger, not any other reason. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate you listening to the show, and it's time to say goodbye. And as always, remember oh shoot, I got to change the screen I'm doing here. Okay. Anyway, I will talk to you later on, and thank you for listening.
We still the one. We've been together since way back when. This year's gonna be a winner again. We are still the one with something new. Still the one that's gonna see you through. You still